Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, this weekend is the Aquarian full moon, and there's a lot of chatter online that August 19th, this weekend, and especially August 19th, the time of the full moon, I find the effects of the full moon are stronger before the full moon. By at least a couple of days. And you can ask any police officer or nurse or emergency doctor that it's the build up to the full moon. It's almost like the full moon comes and there's the release. So apparently there's a lot of turbulent the big giants are squaring off. I know astrology to the fact that how it affects the tarot card. I'm not an astrologer in any way, shape, or form, but I do follow some astrologers. And apparently this weekend is really going to be tense, really, really intense. Also, I just want to remind us, we're still in our Mars period right up until August 22nd, Saturn year, Mars period. Please don't argue with anybody. Oh, Seven of Cups, we're lots of gaslighting. Please don't start any arguments because they will never end. I can't wait to see this J-Lo and divorce is going to go on forever and ever. Just to give you a preview. Also, it's Mercury retrograde. When you start something in a Mercury retrograde, if you get married, it's very, very difficult to divorce. And that's Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have that problem, that their divorce is very difficult. And I think we're going to see J-Lo happen the same thing. So anyways, we're on this Aquarius moon. La la la. I want to see how this Aquarius full moon is going to affect the royals overall, and then we'll try and see if we can get some couple readings out of that. I'll see which royals show up in the overall reading. Is this going to be a dangerous time for them? Hopefully they are where they are, because we are in Mercury retrograde. If you don't have to travel this weekend, it's best to pull up a book and a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and stay at home. And if you do, then just be careful. Be aware. Be aware. Don't leave your purse in a vulnerable position. Make sure you've got all your documents in order, and give yourself plenty of time. All right. So how is this Aquarian full moon? And it's called a blue moon. For some reason. It's if there's 4 moons in a season, because a season's only 3 months. If there's 4 moons in a season, this will be, the third moon is called the blue moon. So this is the third full moon in the summer season. So it's called the Aquarian blue moon. Interesting, these are blue. How is this going to affect the royals? How is this going to affect the royals? Cards are ready. Judgment. Ooh, somebody gonna get a second chance? Page of Rods in reverse. Well, we might hear some bad news. The Empress. Well, that's Catherine. Not quite. Well, she already is the mother of the king, of the future king. The World. King of Pentacles. Now, some people say that Harry's the King of Pentacles. In the way I read cards, he is not. Because the King of Pentacles, you have to be closer to the end of your career. You have to have had a successful career. You've had to accumulate a lot of assets or wealth. And people look up to you, and you're a mentor for people. And Harry is none of those. And generally, the King of Pentacles has to be well over 50 years old, with all that life experience and accumulation. You're not even born into the King of Pentacles. Who's a good King of Pentacles? Warren Buffett. He's your, what do they call them? A Dutch uncle, your rich uncle, I guess, that you go to for mentorship. So who's this King of Pentacles? And we have the Empress here. So we have the mother figure, the divine feminine, But we've got this Judgment card is pointing at this Page of Rods. Are we going to hear bad news? And it doesn't have to be terrible. It's pages bring us messages, and Page of Rods upright is a creative messages. So messages of things that grow. You put your rod in the ground, it grows roots and it grows into a tree. When the Page of Rods is in reverse, either it's bad news that continues to grow that you can't get rid of. It's unsticky. So you think of somebody like Pete Rose. He will forever be known because of his betting, even though since then they've proven he was innocent. And that's true. You can Google that. But, you say Pete Rose and you're like, oh, he did the crooked betting. Anyways, it'll be something like that. Now, I'm wondering if here with the World card, if we're going to hear something... If we're going to hear something that Catherine is not ready, either she's done her cancer treatment, because this is completion. Let's continue to read. The Devil. Yeah, we're going to hear some really bad news, guys. Some really bad news. Six of Rods in reverse. Something didn't go the way they wanted it to. Ace of Pentacles on the World. So some kind of new start. Something is new. Something about big money here. Something really about big money. But we're definitely going to hear about something that just didn't go right. And when I read about the Devil is also my Cancer card. And so I'm wondering if we are going to hear something about Catherine's Cancer is, not quite, she's not quite finished, or what they've been doing hasn't worked. I did read earlier that, was it on their anniversary, or I can't remember, that there was a secondary something going on. And I thought maybe it was a secondary surgery, or they found something else. We might hear something like that. We might hear something like that. 9 of Rods embattled. And this is embattled for 9 months. And I just did that reading for Catherine, her sins. She's really had enough. She just really wants to get back to normalcy. She's really embattled with this. She's finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But she's still in boundaries being kept away. And when I did that reading on Balmoral, they also showed that, she was still kind of segregated, but at times she could meet with the family. 10 of Swords. Guys, we're going to hear some really bad news. This is going to bring some really bad news. The King of Pentacles can also be a farmer. And I'm wondering if that is King Charles. I know he's a Scorpio. Does anybody know what his rising sign is? Because I'm not saying he's a farmer, but he loves his organic farming, his gardening. Also, he's the King of Pentacles. He's, the wealthy farmer kind of guy. We're definitely going to hear some bad news. And the clock agrees with me. 2 of Cups. What's the underlying here? Ooh, Temperance in reverse. We might hear of embattlement, a divorce. Or we might hear bad news about 2 people. 3 of Cups in reverse. 5 of Pentacles. We might hear somebody's leaving the royal family. Queen of Rods in reverse. And the Hermit in reverse. And the Hierophant in reverse. Guys, we might hear that somebody... Now, Queen of Rods could very well be Anne. I have seen a lot of times Anne will not complete her life being a working royal. She will step back at some point. And I'm wondering if this is it. I'm wondering if this is... Also, the Hermit's Harry. Queen of Rods. I know a lot of people read Meghan as the Queen of Rods. Again, looking at archetypes, Meghan is not a queen. She is the Knight of Rods. She is the wham bam, thank you ma'am, using people. What's your name again? Whereas the Queen of Rods has so much integrity and loyalty. The Queen of Rods would never stop talking to her father. The Queen of Rods, as the Leo, Leo's a masculine sign. She would have a lot in common with her father. Just like we see Princess Anne, love her and her father. We see Beatrice. Beatrice stands by her father. And so to me, the archetype of the Leo Queen does not fit Megan. So that's why I'm saying this is, I hate reading her as the Queen of Rods. Now, in reverse, could that be Megan? Oh yeah. That is somebody who lacks integrity, somebody who's disloyal, somebody, a traitor. This is somebody who is a frenemy. This is a big gossiper. This is somebody who starts a fight just to see the fight between other people and stands back and watches. This is somebody, a grifter, who wants everything for free. This is me, 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 me. So could this Queen of Rods be Megan? Yes. In the reverse, absolutely. With the Hermit here in reverse, which is Harry, the Hermit upright, is being alone because you want to be alone. It's like, everybody out of the house. I've got a book and a cup of tea, and I got my favorite music on and the fireplace going, and I need this time. I need my recharge time. That's a positive Hermit upright. In reverse, you're lonely. This, you could even be lonely in a marriage, but you're lonely, you feel like you have no friends, you feel like you have no support. Almost have that imposter syndrome. So this is Harry feeling lonely in his marriage. I'm wondering if we're going to hear something about, because now we have the Five of Pentacles, and like Northey always says, this is her Megxit card. I'm wondering if we're going to hear titles well, I know the king can't take titles taken away, but I'm wondering if we're going to hear something about line of succession, right? Taken away. That would be 3. That'd be Harry and the 2 children in reverse here. The Hierophant in reverse. I think the palace there's something going on this weekend. Queen of Swords, Queen of Words. There's contracts. Knight of Swords. Ace of Rods in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups. Now, I honestly think we are going to hear the end of some type of contract. I think it's going to make big news. It's going to stop something, and it's going to break up a family. So either we're going to hear the breakup of a family, or because this is 10 of Pentacles, this isn't Cups. So this is the big family. This is the family that lives in the castle, and it's in reverse. It's somebody kicked out of the inheritance, somebody kicked out of the line of succession, somebody kicked out of the legacy. And here is the contract. So we might hear something about the Sandringham Summit. We might, but this is definitely the Knight of Swords. I think the royal family is going to somehow be on the attack. But here's the fun thing too, is that the family is all in agreement with what is going to happen, with what is going down. Here's the Ace of Cups. It's almost like a peace treaty within the family. It's almost like they're finally all on board. This may be what the second chances are for King Charles. I want to just clarify that. Is this King Charles? Is this King Charles? Or who is this? This King of Pentacles. Is this King Charles? I have been reading. He's ruling the roost with an iron fist. That would be very typical of the King of Pentacles. That is Taurus energy, the bull, the stubborn, but you know Scorpio is fixed as well. So he could very well echo the King of Pentacles. They're so stubborn. So stubborn. And it's because they have the right to be, because they've done so many things right. 10 of Cups. Well, it could be. that would be like the breakup of the immediate family of William and Harry. Is the King of Pentacles representative of King Charles? King of Pentacles representative of King Charles. Wow, that took a time. Four of Rods. Maybe. Oh, which one of the son-in-laws is a Taurus? Is it Edo? No, he's a Scorpio. Jack Brooksbank. It's somebody who's married into the family. I wonder if we're going to hear the... Oh, I don't like that. Somebody who's married in the family is going to walk away. They've had enough. But Jack's too young to be the King of Pentacles too. Listen, somebody is... Ooh, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Guys, I think the Fool in reverse. I think we're going to see somebody... Now, we might not hear of it, right? We might not hear of it, you know, but all of a sudden we notice, oh, they aren't here anymore. They aren't there anymore. Just like how all of a sudden we all noticed that Sophie and Edward weren't doing anything together for months or like 6 months, traveling all over the world without each other and doing things. And then all of a sudden, and then I did that Valentine's reading, and Sophie was giving him a second chance if he snapped out of his depression. And then shortly after that, we saw them all smiles and happy together and doing things together. So we weren't officially told that there was a problem because it's none of our business maybe. But I think somebody is going to definitely be walking away from the family, and it's going to be a foolish move on their part. It's almost feeling like they think that they can do the same thing. We can go elsewhere and make better money. Or they're disappointed in the money that they've made within the royal family. There's definitely going to be some kind of bust up of the royal family. An ending. Somebody's leaving. No, we didn't get the death card at all. So I think it's by choice. By choice. There's a bit of a kerfuffle about money. I wonder if it has something to do with that allowance that's coming, or that inheritance that's coming on September 15th. Kind of a bit of a bust up over that. I'm trying to think who, I mean, we've got Sarah. She's a Libra. We got Sophie. Might be Sarah because we've got the Hierophant here. And she's technically not a working royal. We might hear news about her, or maybe she becomes a writer or something. I doubt it because we have the Ace of Rods here, so no creativity. Who else is a air sign female? Sophie, Sarah. Well, I guess we have to wait till after August 19th. Like I said, that energy builds up until the 19th, and then it's released, and then it carries on for about a day or two after. There's residue, and then it clears up. So, but sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks to see the results of that. And like I said, we're in that Mars time. You do not want to be fighting with anybody right now. You do not want to start anything, end anything. If you have to, you have to, but just be aware and be really careful. Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on, guys. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.